Hi, I'm Jane Stavum, Superintendent of Lake Washington School District. This video is designed to help you learn about the many different cultures that make up our school district. Lake Washington is a place where people come from all over the world. We want to be able to understand unique perspectives, cultures, and ideas that people bring as we find out about all of the different ways people view school. We'd like to thank the people who are part of this video, and we hope you find this informative as we look at our practices in our district. Our main goal is to help everyone feel welcome, and we look for new ways to do that in the future.
Children in the UK start school the September after their 4th birthday.
In Israel, the classes, mostly in elementary school, there's like 40 kids in one class. One teacher, no help from the outside.
I think it's quite unique in Holland. Like every morning, all the parents can walk the children into the class. That's like a ritual every morning.
In China, kids go to kindergarten at the age of 3. That's public school system, you know. And normally there are about 30 or even more kids in one class. I think people assume, because we're an English-speaking country, that we speak the same language, but we don't. You know, there are many words that are different. There are many phrases that you go, what is that? And things that you say that people say, I don't know what you're talking about.
One of my friends, she doesn't speak English well, so she has a lot of difficulties attending, helping her daughter, with a lot of school affairs.
Class sizes are very similar. We were used to having 2 teachers in the UK, so you'd have a teacher and then you'd have like a helper, teacher's helper.
So India has both the public and the private schooling system, but the private schooling system is more popular. The difference, because it's a private school, there is hardly any parental involvement. Parents look forward to homework assignments or communication coming from school and do their part.
The first thing that strike them is that they find the switch from Montessori system to the more traditional system a bit confronting. Like when they enter the school, they have to do everything the same as other children do, and they're not used to that, because from 4 years old to around 9 years old for my eldest, she has been always in a class where she can actually decide what she can do.
I did find it surprising that here you don't teach a second language until 8th grade.
In China's kindergarten, the school provides 2 snacks each day, one in the morning and the other in the afternoon. And they provide lunches for every kid.
Thailand, where we are from, that schools mostly focus on the examinations. The schools here work together with community, so parents and children have to be part of the community, so we didn't expect that.
The way that public schools run in Vancouver is somewhat aligned with the Pacific Northwest, in the sense that we have similar school calendars, and I think that we follow a similar structure for summertime.
The first few weeks was pretty tough. They were unhappy because they were like, oh, I'm not used to this, and then we talked to them a lot about the differences, what they can explore in the class. So we told them, whatever you need, the teachers are very open.
In Thailand, you would never have any interaction. Like if I went to school when I was a kid, my mom never have to contact or communicate with the teacher, except I got hurt, like real bad injured. Otherwise, no communication at all. So I'm happy with what we have.
School felt very, very welcoming. The teacher was very welcoming, and the kids were great at taking him in. I think they were used to having people moving in from from somewhere else and in the middle of the year, so it wasn't a big deal for the other kids.
We found a very warm and welcoming Kirkland community. We found great opportunity to meet other kids.
I think that one of the good things is that teachers and schools focusing on the kids more than just the education part. So the kids learn their life experience through hands-on lessons, like how to make their own toys, how to do experimental projects, learn from the experience from that kind of thing, which is big different from what we have in Thailand.
In Israel, it was harder to be an outsider. Here, they are partially much more welcoming, and I actually like it. And the whole system is built around the difference. Like we are all different, we all have different holidays, different cultural backgrounds.
I think the direct communication with the school is very good. The moment that we have like a rented home around this region, we went to the school directly, like just walk in.
But I think that you get the real feel of the school by visiting them. So when we first moved here, those 3 months that we would visit lots of schools and talk to lots of teachers and staff and get to know the feel of the school, and that's how we chose where we actually ended up living in.
I like that I am able to communicate with the teachers. I like it a lot because the teachers are usually very open. I can send them email.
I think the teachers also are very careful about bringing in new students. They actually kind of dedicated 1 or 2 girls to help them along, to be like their buddy to start with. So that really helped them.
In the UK, parents are involved in the classroom, but largely for things like reading. Teachers do everything. Teachers do all the specialist subjects. You don't have different teachers you go to for music and PE. The elementary teachers do everything.
The school does not provide art lessons. This is something that PTSA do and pay for, and I enjoy it a lot.
I remember going in and helping out in the classroom, and I had to read a story to 7-year-olds and Dr. Seuss, and I felt so intimidated. I've ran many staff meetings for hundreds of people, adults before, but I never read Dr. Seuss to 7-year-olds, and that felt really scary for some reason.
We wish that we had known it before, is that the parents can participate in school. Provide feedback to teachers.
We have usually every class in Russian school has kind of PTSA, but we don't have the kind of organization for whole country, just for one class.
Being a part of the PTSA was something I was never told, and volunteering is very handy, is something I was never told. Over years, I realized the value add it brings in to the school system and to your child's involvement as such.
I like to see my daughter's progress. I like to see how she's studying at school, and I like that she knows some new things. And I like many things in US schooling because I can compare.
I find that here we're empowering children to be driving a lot of that communication with the teacher, whereas in Canada the parent is automatically the conduit for those conversations to be happening.
In the UK, it's very much about teachers imparting information about your children. The children are usually not there, and it's just the teacher telling you about how your child is getting on. Here it was very much an interactive process between you and the child and the teacher, and it was all about the goals that they had set.
The way the school functions is very different, drastically different for every country. So it's important that you connect with the system yourself.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be shy about your the fact that you're not familiar with the school system here.
Don't just rely on the website and talk to the people, talk to your neighbors, talk to the school directly.
It would definitely benefit a lot if you try to do volunteering activities as much as possible.
I think my best suggestion really is get to know lots of other parents. So that's the best way, because the school systems are fairly different. So get to know other parents and share experiences, and that way you kind of get to understand the differences the best.